I pursue my interests because I love them and because I think there's this lingering idea that with creativity, you want to leave some kind of handprint on the world around you. Hey, I'm Kathy Wong. I'm a senior at Morristown High School. I like to build things with electronics. I build mobile phone-based medical tools, and I also like to write.
My name is Nina Shaw. I'm a senior at Morristown High School, and I play the piano and compose music.
I'm Charles Sanderson. I'm a part of Design Studio, which is a class where we basically do our own free-form architecture or engineering projects.
My name is Kelly Ganning. I'm an actress, a writer, a photographer.
My name is Zaji Zabalerio. I am a filmmaker and a photographer.
My name is Charlie Savage. I'm a musician.
My name is Catherine Merwin, and I'm a junior, and I sing classically and theatrically.
Yeah, I would consider myself creative.
I think that creativity is something that you can definitely find in anybody.
If you can, I don't know, you have an avenue to express yourself in the way you feel about whatever you're feeling, and you find a way to do that, then I think anyone who is capable of that is a creative person.
Ideas begin with anything, so I think you can see anything. In my case, it was a museum exhibit or a book or something that you remember.
The experiences I have, or experiences I hear about from others.
Usually late at night, I'm just writing down stuff on my journal, and then suddenly, poof.
A little fragment, there's a little piece of something, either from seeing something or hearing someone talk, hearing some sort of sound. It kind of makes your mind start thinking. It kind of just expands from there.
Right now for Design Studio, I'm working on basically a fully animatronic hand. I'm hoping to program it. And that kind of just started one day. I was looking at my hand and I thought it was really cool, and I needed a project, so I'm like, oh, I'll do that.
In a lot of cases, you start out with millions of ideas, and there's so much you want to play with all of them, you want to build with all of them, but time creates a barrier.
If there's no constraint of time, nothing will ever get done. It's more just like ideas flowing.
So if there's a concert coming up in 2 months, then I know my piece has to be ready at least 1 month before. That way the orchestra has a month to practice.
Those things really allow you to hone in on what's important so that you get rid of the stuff that's not important, and you're really focused on how to make your product the best it can be with the given amount of time that you have. It's a really tough thing to know when something that you've been working on for a really long time is done, simply because you have an attachment with it.
For me, I'm not really sure. I always go back and nitpick everything I do. I mean, like, for every model of this hand that I've made so far, I've found something that I don't like about it, found something that doesn't really work for me. So that's really a problem for me. I don't really know when it's done.
That's the thing with music or art or whatever, it's so subjective, it can never really be done. It's hard to have truly perfect performances because there's always something you can do better. You can always go in a different direction. But I think that you're unlimited really with how good you can be, and that just keeps you going so much and just fuels so much of how hard we work, how hard we practice.
Nothing's ever done. Well, I mean, it's never perfect. You always, as an artist, if I may say so myself, nothing's ever best. Nothing's ever done.
I think there's always incremental changes. You can always polish something more, make it brighter and bigger and more beautiful. You can make it faster and, faster and better. So I think that done is in the eye of the creator and of the beholder. I think that because ideas can be so personal, this is something that came from you, idea theft can be a pretty damaging thing. But I think also that any kind of creativity, any kind of culture of creativity means that you're going to build off of what came before.
I think Newton said, if I have seen farther than Descartes, it's only because I stood on the shoulders of giants.
Everyone comes from something that they've seen, heard before, someone else's ideas. Everything is like a snowball effect.
If you're singing Over the Rainbow, obviously you're gonna listen to Judy Garland.
Art is all about evolution. Art is all about an evolution of an idea. But to me, taking ideas from someone else is perhaps the greatest form of honor you can give to them, greatest form of flattery that you can give to them.
I am self-conscious while I am in the process of creating my work, but once I consider a piece finished, I'm usually so proud of it that I want to share it.
I'm always nervous to see, what the kids in the orchestra have to say about the piece. So when we go to practice it, I'll play it for them on the computer and they'll listen to it. And then I'll wait afterwards, most of the time or almost all of the time. They're all very supportive, so they clap and things like that. But there's always like the second right after it finishes playing and before they react that I'm like, oh my God, I hope they like it. I hope it's okay.
Oh, I hate listening to myself sing, unless it's like there are some times when that you got every single thing right and you were completely lost in it and that it was as well as you could have done, and then it's really nice to watch yourself. But when I see tapes or when I hear my voice, I cringe. It's awful.
I hate it when people look over my shoulder when I'm writing. Hate it when people look over my shoulder when I'm doing anything really. Always self-conscious, and even when I'm done, I'm not, even when I feel like I'm done, I'm not completely confident in everything I do.
Well, I pursue my interests because I think that life is dead if you aren't interested in it. So if I didn't have anything in my life that I was interested or passionate about, I'd just be a walking carcass.
I just can't imagine it any other way. I can't think of waking up and not singing, just because, especially within the past few years, it's become such an outlet for me. If I'm having, it sounds so cliche and dorky, but if you're having a bad day or something, that's something that I've been able to turn to and just completely relax and let loose and know it's not completely perfect. But I think that that's been such a good way to express myself and really get my voice to be heard in a way different than how just talking to people or just writing can.
I think that what drives my creativity is just the desire to play. So the best kind of creativity is when you love what you're doing and you just want to make it better. You want to build off of what you have. And so the drive is just to start at some point and go forwards.